Guys, so our World Cup is over and we lost obviously to Australia. In what's another disappointing, sad display from the Proteas, particularly the batters. So today I'm not going to give too much of a long intro. I'm just going to get straight into the show. So please subscribe, click that notification bell for future videos. Um, I'd like you guys to please also download the latest issue of Cricket Fanatics magazine monthly. The link is on the screen as well as in the description. Become a patron to show your support. Smash the like button, comment, and share, and go to cricketfanaticsmag.com for all your regular updates. So, without further ado, let's get straight into today's review show. It's going to be a tough one for me to get through, to find the words to speak to you guys. But I'm going to give it my best shot. So, let's do this. A very good evening and welcome, or very terrible evening and welcome to Cricket Fanatics magazine. This is your review show. I'm your host Khalid, and this is the show where we talk about everything that happened between South Africa and Australia in the semi-final of the World Cup. For me, this was a game that summed up mentality, I think, because ultimately we lost the game today with a bat. There's no other way to put it. It was a terrible batting performance by our top order, particularly our top four. And I think it has to start with a toss, I think. When you looked at the weather report, the overhead conditions, batting first was always going to be difficult when in that first couple of overs. And we needed an opening partnership. For me, the most disappointing part about this all was the pre-match um, interview with Temba Bavuma at the toss. He was asked, is he fit? And he said he's not 100% fit, but it will have to do. And when that statement was made, I sat back and I was like, why is he playing if he's not 100% fit? That was the first disappointment from me, because on last night's preview show, I said specifically, if he's not 100% fit, he shouldn't play. He goes out for a duck. So now the pressure is going to pile on him even more. For me, the batting performance, yes, was under pressure because of good bowling from Australia. But we should have looked and found a way to try and survive. I knew, you guys probably knew, that 250 plus would have been a good score on this wicket, particularly with how this pitch was going to spin in the second innings. Generally speaking, majority of teams that bat first on this wicket win the matches because it is difficult to chase on, especially when you have very good spinners in your team. And the way our bowlers bowled today, they proved that if they had something to defend, they could have defended it. If they had a total to defend. Most people didn't expect South Africa to make the semi-finals ahead of this tournament. I don't want us to forget that as a fan base, that us as fanatics of the game and true supporters of the Proteas, we have always remained I would say, cautious about the way we supported the team this time around. The way we've chased throughout this tournament proved that we still have a problem with dealing with pressure. The way we started this particular innings proved that um, we are still very poor at dealing with pressure situations. The only positive that I can take from this particular game is that for a moment in that batting innings, Klaasen looked decent and then lost his wicket again at a crucial time. But hats off has to go to David Miller for stepping up in a semi-final when his team needed him the most and scoring a century. It's very unfortunate that he couldn't stick around a little longer to get that extra 20, 30, 40 runs that we needed. But he did way beyond what we would have could have expected from him. So great performance from him, a decent performance for Heinrich Klaasen for his 47. And I have to say, Kutsia hanging around for 39 balls to get a 19 was crucial as well to make this a match. But it was a very poor performance from the batting department. And the bowlers need to take some credit. They need to take some applause for the way they approached this with fight. They didn't, they believed until the end that they could still do this. And perhaps in certain cases, there was an opportunity to do this. It is really sad. It is really disappointing. But it's something that we're going to have to swallow up. Now, when we look at positives, are there any? The only positive that I can take from this game is that our younger guys like Marco Jansen and Gerald Kutsia would have had incredible experience from this particular match. And they can take this into the next World Cup games, T20 and the 2027 World Cup at home. They can take that confidence into this. They were really faced with immense amount of pressure situations, and they learned a hell of a lot out of this. I've said this before, and I'm going to say it again. The rebuild starts tomorrow, for me personally. South Africa Rob has to now identify the players that he's going to hold on to from this unit. And I feel that he needs to blend it in, those experienced players that he decides to keep. He needs to blend in with some youngsters and give them now a run until the 2027 World Cup. The building for the next World Cup starts now. South Africa, leading up to this particular World Cup, we weren't in a great space when it came to the ODIs. We had to qualify for the ODIs by winning a game. We almost made it into the qualifiers for the World Cup. We were on the brink of that. Got out of jail, managed to qualify. When Enoch spoke, when Rob spoke, they never really spoke about this World Cup as the one that they're eyeing to win. It was always eyes on 2027. So the only way forward, I feel, from now onwards is to now rebuild and focus on that and take the players that you feel that you want to build a team around and blend it in with the youngsters in key positions. I think that the captaincy needs a change. Bavuma performed extremely poorly with the bat, and that's not good enough throughout this tournament. With loads of issues that we had to handle, I don't think it was a good decision to allow him to play this game. Even though I think that the way he rotated his bowlers as a captain today, the way he placed his field today was pretty decent, defending a low total. I think it's time now, because of his position, his ability with the bat, and his failure with the bat in this tournament. It will be very difficult for you to not rebuild this team for the future. Because at the moment, what won Australia today, this game today, was the approach in the power play. They batted very positively in the power play, And that runs that they scored actually ended up winning them this game. If they didn't go as quick and we got early wickets, it would have been a very, very different game. This is a call-in show. The link is in the live, pinned to the live chat if you want to call in and have your say. But I'm going to start reading out the comments in the comment section and see what you guys have had to say. Macmillan says cough, cough, choke, choke. Maybe our team watched chokeathons, chokeathontas last night, and that's why we lost. Lorenzo said the ultra positive will try and spin this loss into a positive. The loss isn't a positive. It wasn't a very good semi-final from South Africa. We have truly become, and I'm an ultra positive. We truly have become the Choker's bad batting display. Bavuma must step down. Enough excuses for him now, says Falake. Berger says choke. Ruban says very disappointing performance by the top four batters when they only got 19 runs between them, and in a semi-final against Australia, it won't be enough. Munir says, what an innings by Miller. Brilliant innings by Miller. Risa says, this is honestly frustrating. Azim says, Quentin dropped the chance. There were quite a few drop chances today. And as you know, catches win matches. Obviously, they always say that. That's like an old saying that has been going around for years and years and years. Munir says success depends upon previous preparation, and without said preparation, there is sure to be failure. Mohammed Amin says Sunday success has to start. Sunday success has to start somewhere. Macmillan says Bavuma couldn't bat and then kept KG and Marco on when they were getting smashed by Head and Warner when the pitch was turning. Lorenzo says Temba is literally the only batter in our batting lineup of this World Cup that didn't score 40 or 100. But people said his captaincy is important. Told you guys you've seen this movie before just last year. But the difference between last year in the T20 World Cup and this year is that Pavuma came into this tournament in unbelievable form. And he was scoring runs at the top of the order and averaging high, unlike in the T20s. In the T20s, he wasn't scoring any runs. There was no justification with the bat why he should be selected. Denzel says, what did I just watch? Those first 10 overs were terrible. Sapo says, I don't see why we can trust this technical team moving forward. They forced out of form Temba down our throats at all costs. Not watching Proteas again until Bavuma is completely removed. BG3 says, we have seen Rowie selfless captaincy for the team. He's playing aggressively, giving up his 100. On the other side, another captain playing himself, even he is unfit. This is the definition of insanity, is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting different result. Ruban says, if only they had got around 270, 300 runs, SA would have been in the final. Why the top four batters failed, only they know. Marco too batted terribly to go out for a duck. And that whole top four wasn't good today. We let the Australians bowl us into a hole. Sak Pavuma, I don't care. It's enough. Guy has done nothing in the last 3 World Cups. Shouldn't play at all. Batting first was the correct option. We effed up. No excuses. Yeah, there is no. I didn't make the toss an excuse. The toss wasn't the excuse. What he said at the toss, I said, was the problem. I'm not 100% fit yet. Thanks for lying to the public, Rob. 2 days ago, he said fitness is important and no player is undroppable in that regard. Temba is selfish, have it. Is selfish, have it right. What a disgrace to play himself when he wasn't 100% fit. Pavuma said he's not 100% fit and they selected him anyway. This is the worst than the Vern saga. Leadership is flat, boring, slow to respond, and unimaginative, says Bryce. So is nothing to believe in, and our fearsome players just folded when it counts. His top order failed dismally, but feel like the wickets lost lower in the order was costly too. A dig in to get 20, 30 extra runs may have aided. Poor decision at the toss. What a slap in the face for Risa Hendricks. It is. Temba has a monopoly. He is the coach and says what and who plays when he and where. I don't think so, but the decision to play him today, I don't agree with. I said if he's not 100% fit, he shouldn't play. But that should be the rule for any team. To be fair, SA did punch above their weight this World Cup. Great show put up on the whole. The issue is we have four openers. Tyson is not a three. Markram is not a four. 250, 270 would have won us this game. I said anything under 250 we lose, says Azim. Fielding was also suspect. Waka says our top order cost us the semi-final. Guy needs to do fielding practice before semi-final. Utre says we never going to win with quota system players, C-rated players like Temba. These guys can't play under pressure. You see, I don't have a problem with Temba's selection. But if someone is not in form and then you give someone else an opportunity and they score runs, it's only fair then that they get another opportunity to go. Now, yes, he failed the following game after that. But you can't expect someone to do what Riza does on a regular all the time. But my biggest concern is that him not being 100% fit. He's out of form and not 100% fit, and then they still picked him. That was the problem for me. But it's not only Temba's fault. I mean, the top four also need to be blamed for the way they performed today. Ruban says, don't blame Temba alone for playing, as the coach too must be blamed. He must be blamed for picking him, as I'm sure he has the last word if Temba played or not. Walter must also answer why Temba played, although not fit. True. One shot. Sharok, that statement about not being fit was very selfish for the team. I don't have many words as it went downhill from there. Good effort by the bowlers. 250 might have been enough. Kone and Rashi were the key wickets, says Shubham. Timber was 100% selfish. That's just facts. He couldn't even prepare right while he's already out of form. So for that reason only, he shouldn't have played. They took Riza for a one yet again. Bavuma captained horribly. KG should have bowled two more overs. Spinners should have come earlier. Absolutely disgusting that the captain would put his selfish desire to play ahead of the team's needs. Berger, it is time for Aiden to captain in all three formats. What happened to our Denzel says, what happened to our identity of running between the wickets? That's how we always dealt with pressure in the power play. Tex says, never seen such a pathetic captaincy in my life. If Avuma have such a shame, he should resign from captaincy today. Gorav says, enough of Avuma, it's done. You can't back him. Shubham says, only Muller has composure, always delivers in semi-finals. Waka says, we were 80 runs short. Jagannath says, thanks, Bavuma, for everything. BG3 says, as a captain, he should have not played himself when he's 100% fit. Riza again watching from the bench as always. Marco was nervous again. Utra says, one positive is I hope that the end of Temba please go. Lawrence says, are we going to talk about Temba's captaincy? Bar the Kutsia moment, it was shocking. I guess maybe the decision maybe not to go with Aiden up front was questionable. um, and maybe not go turn into the spinners early enough. But the execution as well up front wasn't that great as well. Janssen again bowling a whole lot of wides. So, I mean, the way he rotated the spinners, the way he utilized Markram today, I think deserves some sort of praise, but not a good game overall for Temba today. I'm not going to criticize any player today. All fans are happy for South Africa making it into the semi, then fine. Temba and Rob just have to front up and tell them, the media, why they lied to 60 million South Africans. This team and entire entity never learns. Burgess is by Rassi, hopefully. Temba, hopefully. Quentin the Cock sad for him. Azim says drop Rob Walter. I mean, where we've come, I have to admit that from where we were a year and a half ago, we tend to forget the struggle. Where we were about a year and a half ago to making a ODI semi-final, I think there was massive progress. From not being able to score more than 270 to being able to score 400s at ease and 350s plus at ease within a World Cup campaign, and heading into the World Cup, I think there needs to be some praise that goes Rob's way. But criticizing him for the decision today with regards to Temba's fitness and playing him, I think that should deserves criticism. Why did Bavuma bowl Janssen and KG so long in the power play when Head and Warner was smashing them? Yeah, he could have. That was another decision. He could have taken them off earlier. And I was told this captaincy was way more important. There's Taylor, he was awfully quiet now. Ruban says this ODI team will be revamped and the new players need to play together to prepare for Champions Trophy in 2025. Shabam says, wait, man, I think I saw, did I see a super chat? Oh, sorry, guys. Um, KM says, which batters you think will be around for 2027? Also, just want to say thanks for amazing work during the World Cup. Keep up the good work. Thanks a lot. Which batters you think will be around for 2027? Aiden, I think, will be around. Klaassen will be around, I think, still. I think David will still be around. I don't think he will retire. I think he still has a couple of one more World Cup in him at home. I think those three will be around still. Riza, perhaps, maybe, if he can keep his form up and continue doing what he's been doing. Let me just go down to a little bit of the couple of the earlier comments that came in. Lawrence Bailey says 2015 we played unfit Philander instead of a fit Abbott. Today our captain admitted he's not 100% fit, yet fraud Rob still selected him. You don't want to make someone Khaleesi by force. See whether Temba is capable to make those decisions. He should have dropped himself when he's not fit. You have to be selfless enough. Matt92 says we exceeded expectations. No one expected us in the semis. Look where we were a year ago. That's what I just said as well. It's not a choke. Choking happens when you lose from a winning position. Aditya Singh says this was the last white ball game for Temba as a player and captain. Markram should take over from India tour. Proud of Temba and the boys, says Matt92. Markram must be captain of the white ball. Bavuma coming into unbelievable form, only scoring in South Africa. His record away from SA is plain to see. He's barely played outside South Africa either. So, yeah, they took a risk with that. Temba averages 47 by scoring runs against West Indies and a third class England side. Let's be real, India were going to win this World Cup either way. Why Rabada was not bowling at last instead of. I don't know what happened there. That was another puzzling decision by Bavuma today. Why KG didn't come back into bowl. In T20, Temba should retire himself. He would not do that for sure. Aditya, anyways, guys, it was not a choke. We should appreciate it. Feel for Aiden Miller, Quinton de Kock, Klaasen, and other players. Hope Aiden wins the World Cup under his captaincy. Aiden shouldn't play in ODIs. He is too inconsistent, says Gaurav. Munir says Timba should go. Wadabada was not bowling. Okay, I already mentioned that. Um, Bevan says Bavuma didn't even score 150 runs in the World Cup. And to put it in context, Janssen scored more runs than Bavuma in this World Cup with the SME account of innings. I just want to read up the super chat before we bring on a caller. Oh, it's a super sticker. Thanks a lot for the super sticker, Munir. Okay, I'm going to bring on a caller quickly, guys. The link is in the live chat if you guys want to call in. Welcome to the show, Mo.
Hi,
Take
Khalid.
it away, brother.
Yeah, it's so painful. It's like I don't even know what to say. Like I feel like I just need to like gush, but I think it's weird because we came to this World Cup and like you say, nobody expected us to make the semis at all.
I can't hear you, bro. It's a bit stucky. It's breaking up. Can you try to call
Oh,
back?
yeah, maybe I'll turn my camera off.
Okay, cool.
It's taking bandwidth.
Nah,
Any
still
better?
can't. Just try to refresh and call back again and try to reconnect. I will get him back very soon again. Let me continue with the live chat. What's new? No progress made from the time we started ODIs. I think there has been loads of progress. I mean, I don't think we remember the shows that we had a year ago when we were speaking about our ODI team. Um, it was very negative. Nobody even expected us to even get into the semi-final, let alone win a match. To be honest with you, that's what was the talking points about it. So, slightly proud of the team in a way for getting to a semi-final, but then you can start criticizing the individual cricket game, and it was by no means a very proud performance today. Past that, South Africa is the greatest team in ODIs, yet we don't have World Cups, says Denzel. Sam says, Reza, that's also not good. Need time to play like Herman, Stubbs, Brevers, Mulder, Bayers, Swanepoel. You say that every single stream, Sam. Aditya, why Bavuma did not give Markram to bowl after his 4 overs. Um, Macmillan said Markram got a moral victory by calling Warner a P when he bowled to him. Yeah, very true. He gave Markram to bowl at last. Um, we need to start looking at how to integrate the likes of Verena, Donovan, Ferreira. Now, that's what I said. Now, if you can have a core group of experienced players by the 2027 World Cup, I'm talking about like you'll have Markram, would be a lot older, more experienced. David Miller towards the end, maybe. Um, you'll have um, Klaasen towards the end, maybe. But if you can have that core group of players in your team, you can then start to build a team around them. Like youngsters in key positions. If Riza can still stick around, then you can have a young opener with Riza so that he can over the next couple of years. I'm saying. So I think that you choose a cool group of players that you want to build a team around, and you start blooding in the youngsters. So I would even move when you build a team around them. I would even move like find a new number six, find a new opening batter. Even if you can do an opening pair, that will be great. They'll grow together as a pair. A new number three, have Aiden at four, then Klaasen and Miller to round it up, and then have like a player to come in and learn from Klaasen, Miller, and Aiden. We've got another call on the line. Navneet, welcome to the show, bro. What would you like to say? You're on mute. Okay, so there's no response from him. Um, call in and say nothing. Maharaj for captain in ODI. Maharaj for captain in ODI. Maharaj is another player we can look to keep with it. Okay, obviously in the bowling, I was talking about the batting specifically. So yeah. Um, and please say your comments once, like gee was like, don't spam the comment section. We've got another caller, Matt92. Welcome to the show, bro. What would you like to say?
Hi there, Khalid. Yeah, I just want to say that I'm really proud of the team, especially to think where they were like a year ago. You know, it's amazing how far they've came in such a short period of time. Let's not forget that we almost missed out on qualification to this World Cup. So we shouldn't, yes, it is obviously disappointing losing a semi, but we shouldn't be disappointed with this group. They really made us proud. Um, Especially Temba. Temba, I'm really proud of him from where he came. You know, especially with all the criticism that he's faced for so many years. You know, let's not forget like the form that he was in heading into this World Cup. His form was really good, especially in that ODI series against Australia. So yeah, I just wanted to say that I'm proud of the boys.
Okay. Thanks a lot, Matt, for coming on and having you say. That's a very ultra positive way
Yeah,
of
I just
also looking at it. So thanks a lot for coming on and having your say. We've got Navneet as well in the back end. What would you like to say, bro? Hello, Navneet. Okay, so no answer from him. We've got Mo in the back end again. Welcome to the show, bro.
Hi, Khalid,
Take
can
it
you hear me
away.
now?
I think I can.
Okay. No, sorry. When I heard the previous caller speaking about being proud of Bavuma, I just thought I can't. I have to say that I don't know how you can say that such a statement, given how a selfish decision before the toss to select yourself when you're unfit. Um, how you can be
Bro,
proud of a
bro,
captain who
it's
would
it's
do such
still
a thing.
very it's still very it's breaking up extremely. I don't know if you can maybe restart your modem and try again. Um, I don't know what it is.
I'll give that a go.
Yeah, yeah, I can't hear you properly. I'm sorry. Like I'm trying to hear him, guys. I'm sorry about that. I don't know what's going on with regards to the connection. Um, Let me continue with the live chat. We've got Berg on the line. Welcome to the show. What would you like to say?
Hi Khalid, can you hear me? Hello.
Uh, no, I can't. There's also a lag, not a lag, but like a distortion.
I'll join again then Khalid. Wait.
Yeah, I can't hear anything. Try and Navneet one more time. Welcome to the show. What would you like to say? And no response. So I'm not gonna give that another chance. I'm just gonna kick you from the group. We struggled fit qualification because we give from the not from the group from the back end. We struggled fit qualification because for qualification because we gave up 3 ODIs against Australia. Let's have it right. If I played those games, we would have most certainly qualified long before Netherlands series. If much maybes, we didn't. We struggled. Matt's back again. Welcome to the show, bro.
yeah, there, Khalid. I just want to like touch on like the future of
Yes,
the
that would
one
have
day
been my
side
question to you.
and the players.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just wanted to comment on that, like which players that we should uh, have in the ODI side going forward. I think Donovan Pereira should definitely be in the side. Stubbs is another player, um, and Brevis. I think they should be the three that we should focus on as far as the batters go in integrating into the side.
What would be your approach um, when it comes to integrating them into the side? Would you start directly after this World Cup in the next ODI series that we play and start getting them in now already? Would you try and maybe just take one or two and integrate them slowly as time goes? How would you approach the integration process?
I would have them in the next series against India in December, the one day series.
Mm.
Like I'd get them in as soon as possible. I'd continue the same brand of cricket that we've been playing, which is a very um, positive and aggressive style of cricket that we've been playing, especially when we're batting first. Obviously, we need to work on our chasing as well, but I feel like we should continue that positive brand of cricket, especially with those three players coming in, because I feel like England. Uh, they set the blueprint as far as that style of cricket, so we should definitely continue that approach because that style of cricket made them very successful, especially with winning the 2019 World Cup. So I think we should continue to be positive with the bat. And yeah, I feel like as far as bowlers go, like we should we should continue with Maharaj, Rabada, Janssen, Kutsia. I feel Ngidi, I think he should be dropped and we should get someone in place of him. I'm not saying we should discard Ngidi for forever, but I just think that he needs to go back in the domestic scene and get his form back because he is a good player. But yeah, I just think that in place of him, I think we need to get a younger bowler in the mix as well, a younger fast
Okay.
bowler, and yeah, and Shamsi. Yeah, I think going forward we should get a different spinner. Like I don't think going forward we should continue with Shamsi. Not that he's a bad player by any means, but I just think that going forward we should concentrate on getting a different kind of spinner. Because I know there's a lot of spinners in the domestic scene that are very good, like Liam Alder, I think his name is. Like yeah, I
Mm.
think he's plays for the Lions. So yeah, maybe get him in the mix. Get a young spinner in the mix, and yeah, just persist with that player.
Mm. Okay, thanks, Matt, for coming on the show and having your say. I'll speak to you very soon again. The problem with South Africa and spinners is the wrist spinners. We can't really find wrist spinners. That's been kind of the issue. Stuart Judge shares for me Stubbs, Bosch, Mapaka, Breven Ferreira. Sam says David Benjamin could be far better than Bavuma. He can attack in the power play. Um, McManus says bring back Kepler, Jimmy Cook, Peter Pollock, Barry Richards, Graham Pollock, Ali Bacher, and Mike Proctor. Um, Coach Lance Klusner, bowling Dale Steyn, and batting coach JP Duminy. I don't know why we would want to change the coach. I don't think Rob has done as badly as some of you are maybe suggesting. Rasi, Temba, and Riza I have for now. Uh, batting coach Hashim Amla says Wackers George. George Linder should also be in the mix, says to a judge. Ivan said Kutsi could have reviewed his wicket uh, and had Miller batted till the end. Maybe SA could have got to 330, 235, 240, and things would have been in SA's favor. I think it is great missed opportunity. Chatil says they need to prepare for 2027 from now on. They accomplished making the semis basically of the last 2 years. Wesley says SA Emerging won the Momentum Division 2 One Day Cup. made up mostly of under 19 youngsters. The talent is definitely there. And I think the starting, the rebuilding happens now. Please smash the like button and subscribe if you're new, guys. Lazard and Kutsia should play together more often, as I feel they will be the right there for the 2027 World Cup. Sanjay says it's a golden opportunity lost for SA. I believe they had the team to go all the way, at least reach the finals, says Sanjay. Stuart Jai says Ethan Bosch would be amazing. Khalid will. DJ says Khalid, when will the squad against India be announced? I'm not 100% sure. We first have a SAA squad, SAA tour that's going to be happening now very soon. Lorenzo says Mapaka must first earn his stripes on the domestic scene. Can't just give guys debuts for fun. And that's what I've always been saying for years on this channel. Let me hear if I can hear Burger this time. Welcome to the show, bro.
Can you hear me now? Hello. Hi, Khalid.
How's it? I
Can
don't
you
know
hear me?
why I'm struggling to hear you, but the guys are saying in the live chat that they can hear you.
Yeah, I'll speak then.
So I'm just gonna allow you to go and speak and say have your say, but
Yeah,
unfortunately I won't be able to hear what you have to say. So go ahead.
I'll start off with the positives. The first positive is from 2015. We went from being chokers to jokers. We went out, we got knocked out in the group stages in all the tournaments. But this time again, we have reached the semis and choked. So my only hope is that in the coming tournaments, we'll improve again. Now, coming to Temba, the thing is that it is not his fault that he got selected. I have a nephew who is like 10 years old. He played under 17. He averaged 2 in 10 matches. So he's just not good enough. Plus, with Rasi Fanda Dusan, the thing is that in the middle overs, I think he's much better against spin while rotating the strike. But with the new ball, I think he's pretty average. For South Africa now, they should focus on the 27 World Cup. They should call all the players and discuss who will be there in the next 4 years instead of trying to win these meaningless bilateral series. Now, the world with the Super League being taken off, I think our main focus should be on uh, trying to not instead of winning the bilateral series, but trying to find new players who can score runs and take wickets for us in the future. Thanks, Khalid.
Okay, so I think I got some of it about how we're going to prepare for the 2027 World Cup. So what I want to know from you is which players. Oh, okay, he's gone. So you guys said you heard fine.
Coming tournaments.
Yeah, hear it. I could hear it, so it's weird.
In the 27 World Cup.
Okay, cool. So I got what Berger said. So sorry, guys, I just had to listen to it on here because for some reason I can't hear those callers when they called in. Wise words from him. Um, I agree that you can't really blame Bavuma for getting selected. It's not necessarily his fault 100% that he got selected. The coach needs to take the blame for that. I just don't understand why they would select an unfit player. That's ultimately what bothers me with regards to that. Um, you can't in any sport. I don't think in any sport you should be picking unfit players, etc. It's something that we need to work on, when it comes to that. If you guys do want to call in again and try again, like Moamin, etc., if you guys want to call in again, I'll be able to listen to you on the playback on YouTube. So you can call me. I don't know for what reason I can't hear you. I'm excited for the SA20 though, says M. Sabir Khan. Yeah, Khalid, what do you think of the ODI 11 against India? So, me personally, I think that we should start our rebuild immediately. Now, new captain, I think, for ODIs, because in the 2027 World Cup, Timber will most likely not be a captain. So why not give a person an opportunity to captain and make a younger captain as vice captain, make a bold decision so that they can grow as a pair. And then if Aiden is not available and maybe is falling off form towards the 2027 World Cup, you have a vice captain that is capable that can step up. So cover all your bases. So for me personally, I would like to see them build a team from key, because we're missing two openers now. If we're going to drop Temba, then and we're going to leave Temba out, select a new captain, then of course what you're going to have to do is then have two new openers, and you're going to have the two young new openers that we're going to have to be patient with, because opening the batting is not very easy. It's a difficult task, and playing India in South Africa is very difficult, especially with the swing bowlers that they have in their side. So we're going to need to be very cautious and careful with the way we back out players and a blackout team, because we know it's going to be difficult as an opening pair to play. So we're going to need to think ahead, and I think start planning already. The best way to do that is to go look at the domestic scene and see who the best players of the last 3 years are that have before been performing as openers and that can play that attacking brand of cricket. I think we need to be a lot more aggressive in the power play. The two teams that have been the most aggressive in the power play have ended up in the final. That can't be a coincidence. I think Larson and Markram can continue to play, and David Miller if he can. Macmillan says, "Can we get rid of crap T20 cricket, please? I'm also not a fan of it, but it's easier to stay, so it is what it is." Now it's time to bowl to the 2027 World Cup, and Markram is the man who should lead the team. And Bavuma, please give it to Markram. Focus only on Test cricket now. Bavuma is not made for ICC events. Aditya Singh says, "I think our middle order will continue to play till 2027 World Cup." Mr. Harun says, "I haven't heard one South African fan applaud Australia bowling in the first." I did at the beginning of the show. And on the wicket in conditions, our fans are always worried about selection and things, which is to be understood. I said it at the beginning of the show. I said Australia bowled extremely well in that opening couple of overs, but it's not a good enough excuse for us not to be able to find ways to rotate the strike at least and get and take the pressure off ourselves. We always seem to put the pressure on ourselves by not trying to get off strike, rotate the strike, and allowing the opposition bowlers to be unsettled in that way. Sanjay said, "Khalid, the drop catches were too many and unacceptable, and SA should have opened with spin." I was a bit shocked why we didn't on a turning wicket. Saif says, "Dean Forrester replaced Miller." I think Dean Forrester needs to come up to the first division first and in the first division team. And then from there, which I think will happen. I think he's talented enough for that to happen. And then I think from there we can start selecting him. When squad will be announced for India series, any more information and whom do you want to see? I don't know when the squad is going to be selected for the India series. I think that Coach Shukri Conrad is first focusing on the SAA tour. Take my word, since 2011, home team winning World Cup, but that will be broken in 2027. SA will make some blunder to lose selection again in 2027. Okay, that's a very positive way to look at things. Ikrame says, "While the Proteas had a slim chance to win this World Cup anyway, let's get over this defeat, learn some lessons, improve, and let's start AB for the 2027 World Cup." Why Keshav Maharaj has bought too late? Saif says, Markram captain, Marco Janssen vice captain. I think Marco needs to work on his nerves in pressure situations currently. That is something that he's obviously going to struggle with as a youngster coming into this team. But I think he has an incredible mentality in general, and I really applaud the way he played throughout this tournament in a number 7 role, which is something that was a He made us forget that we needed a number 7 this tournament. Bavuma should not be selfish now. He should step down as captain now and give an armband to Aiden Markram. Bavuma should leave his selfishness aside now. Mr. Harness is Stark and Hazelwood were world class. Stop also blaming our batters. They had a hell of a tournament. They did have a hell of a tournament. But we have to obviously talk and criticize this specific day to day, not coming to the party. Even if we reach the final, we would have lost to India anyway. Says SA, I feel are making the same mistakes in knockout matches, and this trend, I don't know when will it get broken. Too many dropped catches and wrong decisions. Rickerton should be a good shout as a new opener too. He's also a keeper, so that could be another option. Divani says politics are a problem in our cricket. Pavuma shouldn't be there in first place. We shouldn't have played the World Cup. We allowed the Aussies to dictate the bowling. We didn't counter-attack them. PG3 says, Khalid, what squad SA choosing wouldn't matter if in the crucial game this kind of selection blunder is made. Politics in management and board cost us the retirement of players like Quinton de Kock, ABD, and others. Pretorius also, you can say. Mr. Harun says, okay, Shukran Maaf, I didn't hear you say that. I agree we didn't do enough. You're right. I'm just talking to the broader fans who don't give up opposition credit. I'm a cricket fan before Proteas fan. But no. Thank you for the comment. Don't take it personally. Sorry, I might come across as a little bit irritated. I'm irritated with the performance today. Guys, please, there's a lot of people watching right now. Thanks a lot for tuning in. Subscribe to the channel. Please click that notification bell. Also, smash the like button. We need the likes. I would like to see 70 likes or 60 likes on the video today. That would really help a lot. Let me get in some more live chats. The next target should be Champions Trophy in 2025 for the ODI team, and we should blend in players. That's the thing. We should blend players in around the experienced players. That's why I was really happy. I think the one positive we can take out of this is that Jero Coetzee and Marco Jansen learned a hell of a lot from this tournament as young cricketers. It's unbelievable experience that they would have gotten, and they performed. So it was invaluable experience for them. Mark my words, Markram will win 2027 World Cup under his own captaincy like he did in under 19 World Cups. He's Aditya. With his experiment with Mulder at 3, all-rounder and power up front. He's not really a powerful batter necessarily, though. Berger, who was that SA under 19 player who called Israel butchers, Israeli butchers warriors? The SA under 19 player who called the Israeli butchers warriors. I don't know. Why was Rabada not bowling? What? Okay, we spoke about that already. I also don't know why. It was a strange decision. Politics is a problem in South African cricket. Saif says Zozi, Donovan Ferreira, Dewald. Donovan Ferreira doesn't open though. Dewald at 4. MK, is that Markram? Who's MK? Who's MK? KS, Jordan Herman, MJ, Mutasami. Yo, bro, please write out the names. There could be so many people. I felt bad for South Africa. I think they should invest more in Test cricket and ODI. Siskatik, they have bowled well, but this was not a 20 for 4 sort of starting wicket. Nope, it wasn't. It was a terrible opening performance. Coetzee seems a lot more level-headed and calm compared to Jansen. Aren't any systematic changes in CSA, and we continue with the cosmetic changes and not looking at organizations. We don't have the right mentality, or Sus- Success we all want start from grassroots level. Grassroots level is going to obviously take years. Khalid, bro, do you think Quinton de Kock and KG will? KG will what? Next captain should be Rabada for me. I have said this for a while. When the man speaks about life, never mind cricket, he makes so much sense, says Chatil. Miller, if fit, then should play. Actually, he will be fit. Burger says, well, it was David Tigo who made the Israel comment. Oh, hectic. Two powerful openers, aggressive and Mulder at 3. Kartik Deva Brevis could take place of the Cock or Bavuma as opening batsman, but make him play more for 4 days domestic games. Wanna mark him at 3 like Kohli. That could be an option. I would love that. Next is T20 World Cup, and we would really need death bowlers. I was disappointed with the 2015 campaign. More disappointed with the 2015 campaign than this one. 2015, we were the best team. MK Markram, KS Klassen. Oh, thank you. Who would be the keeper in ODI? Well, it depends who we select, eh? With regards to Littleton, there's Klaassen still, if he's still in the team. Stubbs he can keep. There's quite a few. Naveed says, Khalid, brother, I think we should move from KG in T20 format if you want to win 2024 T20 World Cup. Going to miss Quinny, says Dex. Yeah, we all are. It's a shame that he couldn't get us a trophy in his last tournament. And build a bigger talent pool and get them more games and the national setup. We can see that Rob can clearly do a good job. So now the selections and letting the A side get more towards its time. I don't rate Markram's temperament, sorry. You can see that this is batting, and you saw that in his captaincy in IPL and international cricket. This isn't 2014. Mutasami to replace Keshav, it's a possibility. Next is T20 World Cup, and it's not like we can't win. We have players to win. TT, invest and stop the Daniel Levy way of doing things. Burger says Kutsia and Nokia bowling together would be unbelievable. It really will. Is Rickleton ODI-esque type of batter? He seems like a 5-day type batter to me, says Macmillan. I think that the 1 day actually suits his game a little bit more than 4 days, actually. I think those are his two best formats. Tristan Stubbs, Ryan Rickleton, Donovan Ferreira, Klaassen, all can keep. Chatel, if you give him a good team, he can make the best of it. Saw how he set the field Smith. Sorry for all the separate comments, Khalid. No problem, DT. Against Australia on 12th October. Klaassen as a keeper? Possibly. Chatil, Aiden Markram won first SA20, the Sunrise Eastern Cape with the leading from front. With the leading from the front. Yep. He won the semi-final for them single-handedly, actually. Almost single-handedly. Khalid, brother, do you think that Markram captaincy is good in T20 cricket because he has lost 2 series? He needs a team, proper team with the right mentality around him as well. There's a difference between captaining full time and filling in. Biggest example is Josh Butler. Matt92 says Rickleton has a good 1-day record for the Lions. Khalid, will you be going to the New Year's test? Not 100% sure yet. SA have a better black players than Lungi. Lungi's okay. No black batter who can replace Temba. So then all Temba's critics will be called racist. He needs a team, bro, says Aditya. Macmillan says Kutsia was bowling the quickest I've seen him ever bowl today. Was consistently hitting 150 kilometers per hour today. Could get quicker older he gets. And I know he hit 150s before. He definitely can get quicker. But anyway, guys, thanks a lot for tuning in. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. Please subscribe to the channel, click that notification bell for all future videos. I really appreciate the stream today that you guys some logical ways to think about it and be positive going forward. Download the latest issue of Cricket Fanatics magazine monthly. Every issue is 100% free, straight to your inbox every month. Link is on the screen as well as in the description. Become a patron and show your support. Smash the like button, comment and share, and go to cricketfanaticsmag.com for all your regular updates. I've been your host, Khalid Mohideen. Thank you for the super chats, guys, and all the comments, everybody. And I'll speak to you guys very, very soon. We'll do a daily show tomorrow. Stay safe. Or Q&A session tomorrow. Stay safe. Enjoy the rest of your evening. Peace out, everyone.